800 feet above a rugged canyon outside of Boulder, Colorado, lie the crumbling remains of a once lavish mountaintop hotel that burned to the ground 113 years ago, that can still be seen along the trail today. It was called the Crags Hotel, a luxury hotel and resort built back in 1908 that was accessible only by railway or a rustic carriage ride up the same path that's now known as the Rattlesnake Gulch Trail in El Dorado State Park. And being that I was in the area this past weekend, you know I had to go check it out in person. It was a beautiful hike up with lots of overlooked views along the way. Well worth the trip even without the old ruins as the cherry on top. And just as you get up to about 7,500 feet above sea level, there it is. You're first met by a ghostly stone-lined walking path just off of the main trail, which is the original entrance of the hotel leading up to where it once stood. With this interesting circular pit at the top of that old path, which was actually a decorative fountain that sat just in front of the front doors, which also functioned as a cistern to collect and store water for the property. And this is a historic photo of what this front view of the hotel looked like back in 1908, where you can still see the path and fountain intact. But check this out, this is awesome. This stretch of land here, right behind that front portion, is where the bulk of the actual lodge and hotel would have sat. That's right, this entire open area here used to be indoors. And you can even still see the grand stone fireplace sitting here that would have originally sat in the dining room and lounge of the hotel. Just imagine being a guest here all those years ago, warming yourself by the fire after dinner, standing exactly where I'm standing here now. I bet they wouldn't have guessed that 115 years later it all would have been reduced to this. The Crags Hotel and Lodge was built back in 1908 and only survived 4 seasons before burning to the ground in 1912. It's sat in ruins ever since, with just a handful of beautiful stone details left behind, as a reminder of the good times once shared there by its guests all those years ago. If you're ever in the Boulder, Colorado area looking for an awesome hike, you've got to check this one out.